Oh, it says I'm live now. Hey everyone, it's been so long since I've done a live, and I thought this would just be fun for a moment. I just kind of wanted to hop on here because I had a experience that was just a small reminder of the truth that already lays within us. So I'll definitely share this live stream on my YouTube channel so that anyone can come across it. And if you find yourself across this, just know that whatever doesn't resonate doesn't have to be truth. And what you feel does have a calling to your soul. Maybe you'll inquire more about that. So I had a few days that were troubling. There's so much that goes on in the world, and there's so much being thrown and projected our way, narratives being created, and some of those narratives stay within our mind and it gets amplified through the mind. Not that it's wrong or right, it just happens. And I was struggling with something really personal of a lot of things that I think people in today's society has really fed into. And I had a friend reach out that was able to have a lot of weight on this topic and discussion because they are going through it. And so I went to go see the person because I hadn't seen them in a long time, and we hung out, and I was given this beautiful reminder that even below all the narratives, below all the labels or things that we identify to, all the attachments that we have to something, someone, someplace, beyond all that is our truest form. We get so hung up and identified and attached to the thing, the person, the idea. We get so hung up and attached to, am I my success? Am I my material? Am I my car? Am I my status? Am I my pain? Am I this narrative? Am I this achievement? Am I this unworthy? Like all these things that we try to figure out who we are by experiencing and identifying to it is truly just like the mind seeking and searching for something that I think is a disconnection that many of us have. It was really profound because this person was sharing, and we were getting beyond the layers, and they were seeking. And I realized they were seeking. I said, what are you seeking for? Like, what are you seeking for? And they shared, I'm seeking for love. And I thought that was beautiful. I said, okay, that's where you start. If you are seeking for love, there is a belief in you that you are already not love. And you seek love, and it can be a distortion and an illusion of love because it's only momentarily you feel loved in the presence of someone or something. So we believe that to feel that feeling, we need to be in a relationship, or we need to have this amount of money, or we already need to have these achievements, this family. We believe that that's the only way to experience love, because why everyone seeks love is because my belief is love is the truest form of who we are. We are love. And when we experience love for a moment, or when we experience that feeling in our heart, something feels so right and so at home. And I recognize it feels so right, and we're always chasing that because that is the glimpse to our truth. We are fully love. But then the distortion of the mind comes in that this phone is love, this like is love, what I have is love, or that my husband is love. And we attach love to all these things outside of us, and then we forgot who we truly were. I don't feel like you can lose something you already are, but the illusion is that you have lost something. So now you're seeking. So I always say, what are you seeking? Are you seeking acceptance? Are you seeking validation? Are you seeking value or worth? And you take that learning of what you're seeking, whatever word comes up for you, and then you reflect. If I'm seeking this, this is what I'm saying I believe. If I'm seeking acceptance, I must believe that I'm not accepted. Because why would you seek if you have? If you have a girlfriend, you're not seeking a girlfriend. I mean, maybe not a great example because maybe there are, right? Has a girlfriend seeking another one, which maybe they're not really seeking a girlfriend, but they're seeking some type of value. But if I was seeking my phone, but I had my phone, I wouldn't be seeking my phone because I already have my phone. So there's no seeking the phone. And that's like the same thing. If you already have love, you wouldn't be seeking it. If you already had acceptance, you wouldn't be seeking it. If you already had validation, you wouldn't be seeking it. So the seeking is a clear indication of what your mind is believing you don't have. So if I'm seeking validation, then maybe there's a belief that I'm not valid. If I'm seeking acceptance, or if I'm seeking attention, maybe then the belief is that I'm not seen and no one notices me, and maybe that I'm alone, right? So you have to kind of figure out, okay, if this is what I'm seeking, then there's a belief of lack. And once you bring that belief up, we have to recognize that a belief is simply a thought that has been manifested into a belief. And so that belief becomes a program, and then that program is the constant output that we get in our experience of life. If I believe that I am not worthy, if that is a program, then the constant reflection of my experience will be everything that can show me that I'm not worthy. That is the projection of life. And so it's this endless loop of seeking and searching and seeking and searching, not recognizing that a belief isn't true. A belief is just a thought. And a thought is neither true or false. It's just a narrative going on. And so you don't have to believe everything you think. You are not your thoughts. You are that is beyond the thoughts. You are beyond the thinking. And so when we realize, if I'm seeking love, there's a belief that I don't have love, or that I'm not lovable, or not worthy of love, whatever that is. And if then we realize, okay, well, that's just a belief, which means it's just a thought. So if the belief is a program that's manifesting the world out there, that would mean that I would have to change everything in here to get a different experience out there. It's not you do everything you can out there to feel different in here. You can do everything out there, but it'll be a false illusion that you're different in here. It'll be momentarily, because anything of this world perishes. But when it's in here, it's everlasting. And so when we wake up to, okay, it's just a belief that I don't have love, and then what would be the true statement if that's just not true? I would really have to. And what's most of the time when we don't believe like we're worthy, or when we believe we don't have love in our life, or that we, aren't lovable, accepted, whatever, then that would also further say, what creates that? Like, why would you ever think that? Well, because I don't feel it. I don't see it. Most of the time, it's mostly because people don't feel it. Because just like if someone tells you you're beautiful, but you don't feel beautiful, okay, great. They tell you you're beautiful, and maybe for a moment you'll believe it. but then that feeling comes back, like, I just don't feel like I'm beautiful. So no matter how much people feed to you that you're beautiful, because you don't believe you're beautiful, it affects every part of how you show up to this world. You'll show up a bit more insecure. You'll react in an insecure way because the belief isn't true to you until you can feel it. And so that's why people really do the seeking game. I seek this so I can feel this, so I can believe this. But it's always momentary and it's unstable because the world does perish. So if what's internal is in here, then that would mean that, okay, the seeking shouldn't be out there, it should be in here. Well, if it's about love, I would need to feel love for it to be real, for it to be constant. I would have to feel it in here first, and then I can maybe actually accept it out there. You know, some people get in relationships and don't even know what love feels like, that no matter how much someone is expressing or showing up as the person that loves them, like, they're still doubtful. Like, I just don't believe they love me. So it projects in a certain way. So if we can say, like, all right, this is about love. I'm seeking love because I feel lonely, and I don't feel love. Well, how does love feel? And can you tap into that feeling and give it to yourself first? Because what you seek is actually already within. And if you felt love, what would be different about you? How would you show up day to day, to people? How would you act when someone's in love with just in love, right? They're just in love. When you can feel love, people act different. They're way more chill and they're happy and forgiving and so many things. I think a lot of people are disconnected to the truth of who they are because they don't feel it. And if the truth of who you are is the essence of love, and you're not feeling the essence of love in your day-to-day, then there's a lot of people that are lost out there. They're lost and their mind has taken them captive. So most people are dead out there, not awake to realizing, oh my gosh, I am everything that I keep seeking out there. So I'm not my mind. I'm not these things I'm thinking. I'm everything that I'm seeking. And when you move in life from that space where you're the feeling before the reality, like before it shows up in your life, if you move in that way, new experiences come about, new realities, just a whole new level to life. And that is part of the manifestation, you know? Wealthy people don't have a lack mindset. So if you're seeking wealth, that's already against you because there's a belief that you're not wealthy because you're seeking it out there. And so you can obtain the car, you can obtain the house, the job, and then it's like, this isn't good enough. You still don't feel wealthy. A lot of us, like my personal experience has been, I didn't feel like a woman. So I got breast implants like at 23. I thought, oh, this will make me feel more beautiful, more accepted, more in my womanhood. I thought boobs. And yeah, it did boost confidence. And it did give momentary validation and people staring at me, but it was all an illusion. It was momentarily and wasn't real. Because even with the boobs, I didn't feel more womanly, or I didn't feel more better about myself. I just, like, next, it was like, what else can I fix? And until I woke up to like the truth of I already am. never needed these to be beautiful or whole. It's so easy to believe these are what you need because you see that image of the person smiling with the perfect body, with the perfect bag and life and riches. And so you see them smiling and in their good moments, and you believe that snapshot, that's what I need. I need all that to be happy. But if you're not already happy, you can gain all those things and you won't even know that you've arrived where you thought was the end point. And so it's this constant chasing. It's this constant chasing of things more and more until you could just say, this is it. I've arrived. In every moment, I'm arriving. This is it. There's nowhere to go, no one to be. This is everything. And also at the same time, nothing. And all the imperfections that your mind wants to create, that, oh, that's a little messy over there, or that can be painted. All the judgments, the imperfections is just created by the mind. Nothing's messy or unorganized. It's just showing up as it is, and that's what makes it perfect. You are love. You are what you seek, and it's all within. And that is the truth. So what you're seeking for out there isn't really real. Because everything's already within here. So then one might ask them, what's the point of this experience? If everything's in here, why even go for anything? But if everything's already in here and you move from that center and that space of knowing and truth, you get to experience life for how it's showing up, because how it's showing up is perfect. And it's showing up in the fullness of itself, and it is you. And so you're showing up in the fullness of the self presented moment. I just wanted to share that because so many are disconnected and they don't feel love. So they struggle. And all their struggles come from the narratives that they believe. I need this, I need that, because I want to feel that. And then they reach that and they don't even feel it, because I think what they forgot is you don't need that to feel something that happens inside of you. Feelings happen within. So you can feel, you could choose to feel happy. You can choose to feel sad, because all of it's already within you. And all of it's already love. It's already been forgiven. It's already been So that was my live for today. I haven't done a live, cramps, in a pretty long time, but I thought that was important because I myself forgot, oh my goodness, what am I seeking right now? Am I seeking anything? Can you experience the feeling before that actual experience? And be still.